Hi, my name is Kathleen Simoes. I usually go by my nickname Kat. I am sitting here excited to be filming my intro to the Redken artist audition tape. So, who am I? I am a 26-year-old, ambitious, hardworking, super driven woman that wants to be a part of a company that is all those things. Redken is ambitious. Redken is outgoing. Redken is never ending. Redken is education. It's the best. Redken's just crazy good. So I want to be part of that. I think when you're around that energy and you're around that potential, it's just your sky's the limit. And I want to touch the sky. I have been working at the salon that I've been working at now for 6.5 years. I started right out of hairdressing school to a Redken Elite salon, Carl Michael salon. And from there, I wanted to be a part of everything. I loved the Summit Salon program. I loved that there was growth. I loved that you weren't stagnant. So from assistant to associate to level 1 to then really exciting, a couple years later, in September 2013, I was level 4, and I got asked if I wanted to start mentoring. So I actually got to have my first associate in October 2013. From there, now August 2015, I'm a level 4A, and I'm about to start my third associate, which is phenomenal. These girls have really taught me what it is to be a mentor, and they've taught me why I love doing what I do. I can't thank them enough, and I can't thank Summit and Redken for setting up a career path for hairdressers the way they do. I want to be a part of it because that's what I want to do for more people, and I want to touch more people's lives and let them know that we're in a fabulous, fabulous industry that's just, you're going to grow and you're going to soar and you're going to reach places you've never reached before. And that's what I'm going for with Redken artists. Everyone that's come into our salon to teach us, every exchange I've gone to, symposium, the summit, everybody has that energy, has that drive, has that just that giddiness of just really, you can tell that they're happy in what they do, and you can tell that they love what they do, and I want that. I think everybody wants that. That's the dream, you know. So within my salon, I've really worked in educating, and now I'm working towards management, and I've been an educator at the salon now for about 1.5 years, 2 years, teaching level 1s and associates once a month, and working with our second locations manager. So I constantly get to relearn what Redken's giving out, and I think that's awesome, to never stop learning and always relearn and reread and do it again and see it on a mannequin, see it on a model. So I think becoming a Redken artist is going to give that opportunity, and being a part of it is just, that's it, that's the dream. So within this video, you're going to see me do a color refresh. You're going to see me do a color on her zone 1. It's going to be cool tone brunette. I was color certified back in November 2014 at the Redken Exchange in New York, the Holy Land. So from there, I'm actually going to, for my design exam certification this November 2015. So fingers crossed for that. So in the video, the cut is my main focus. You're going to see ombre and balayage cutting techniques. So where everybody is in that trend right now, it is that a trend, but trends always come back around and they always get reborn, if you will. So I'm bringing that to life on a long-haired model, but she wanted to preserve the length, but she wanted to do the layers and the angles and have a lot of movement in there. So a technique like this is going to do that for her. So I bring you right into this video. You're going to be over at the sink with me. We just use our art of consultation. I'm explaining myself on that, and we get right into the pre-treatments. Throughout the video, I constantly am describing why. I'm constantly explaining why and my choices and why Redken. The be-all and end-all of why Redken, why I want to be a part of it, is because of this right now. Because this opportunity right now, I get to actually go for a dream and go for something that I probably never would have been able to if a company like this and a foundation like the salon I work at didn't give that to me. So here goes nothing. I'm super excited. I want to thank you in advance for just letting me be a part of it. So this is really cool. you guys are going to see some fun things coming up, and hopefully we'll see each other soon. All right, have fun. Awesome. So now that we're over at the sink, I used my Art of Consultation professional treatments tool. And Ashley has great hair. It's not very compromised. The main thing we worry about is the swim and the sun damage, but I am doing the pre-treatment before I do her color at the sink. So what I love is when you use this, it has the gray little tab to follow down to what you want to use it for. So I decided I want to do it pre-chemical. And right where it has the pre-chemical, you have your hair diameter. She has medium hair. And I'm going to do 3 pumps of the extreme chemistry following up the pre-art. So we have our Redken products right here. I'm going to do our pre-art first after dampening her hair, and then wringing it out and leaving this on her hair for 5 minutes. Following up immediately with the hair cleansing cream, I'm going to do a little bit of this straight on the pre-art, not washing it out. Then, after we rinse that out, we're going to head over to the chemistry treatment, which is a phenomenal Redken system that they have. So I'm going to do 3 pumps of the extreme and followed by the 3.5 because we are doing color. Now that we're over at the sink, we're going to be rinsing Ashley's hair, just dampening it first with the water before we do our pre-art. So once I've made sure that everything is nice and saturated on her hair, I'm just going to wring out any excess water. I'm going to towel dry before I do our pre-art pre-chemical treatment. We're going to leave that on for 5 minutes, and we'll see you in a minute. So right on top of that, we're going to be grabbing our hair cleansing cream. We're going to emulsify that on our hands, and we're going to put that straight on without even rinsing out any of the pre-art. When you rinse out the pre-art and the hair cleansing cream together, you can actually see all the buildup of any excess styling product, anything from the pool that's left over. You can see it actually rinse right out. It almost just kind of like flakes right off the hair between the mixture of the pre-art attaching to them and then the cleansing cream washing them away. And again, keeping a towel handy because we are going in and we're doing our extreme chemistry, and we're just going to wring out all the excess water again. And we grab our 3 pumps of the extreme, and we're going to put that all throughout her hair. And another 5 on the clock. Now that the extreme chemistry has been on, we're going to go in with a 3.5 Redken Fix Shot. So basically, we're going to spray this all over, lifting up the hair so you're hitting all parts of it. This is going to rebalance the pH of the hair. The 3.5 is for the chemically distressed, and it's going to help us for our color to make sure all of the porosity is filled in. We don't have too much of the unevenness anymore. So once you have your client back from the sink, you're going to go ahead and just start brushing them out, combing out all the detangles and stuff, because we don't have conditioner in here, but we did just get our hair all enriched with sealing down the cuticle and enhancing that porosity. But we have to towel dry, and then we have to rough dry her hair, and then we're going to get going on the color services. We had discussed during her consultation that we're going to get just right into refreshing her hair. She loves what's going on with her hair. She loves the subtle dimension of older balayage and ombre techniques that we've done in the past on her. So today I'm going to be showing you a root zone 1 touch-up with a refresh glaze on her zone 2 and 3. So we're going to go ahead and get dry, and then I will section you off, and I will get back to you guys on what I'm doing and with what product line and color line, and that's when we get into the fun stuff. So you guys are going to go ahead and see me section off Ashley for the color service. So this is her beautiful before. She has lots of curl in here, but her hair feels so good because we did the pre-art and the hair cleansing cream. My hands can run right through it without conditioner, so you already know that her hair is happy. We're just going to get ready and section it into the 4 quadrants that we usually do for our retouch zone 1. So I'm going to take you guys with me in a minute to the color room where all the magic happens, and I'm going to let you guys in on my little secret for what I'm going to be doing with her, and we're going to have some fun. So we went ahead and I again grabbed some of my cool tools that we have from our art consultation series, and I grabbed, first and foremost, this is my favorite. I feel like if you were just coming out into this industry and you had no clue what you're going to do, this would be your number one little guy to grab, is the face shape. Little circle that just gives you everything and anything that you need to know. When you look at Ashley, you see that she has her old face shape, the ideal face shape that everybody wants. But she also has these beautiful cheekbones that kind of give her that essence of a diamond-shaped face. So in the past, where we've done her highlights and her lowlights, we've kind of, slimmed down the area of her cheeks because they do widen out a little bit. But we also like to enhance around her eye. So we have done some very light dimensional highlights with Blonde Dimensions 10 volume. And I have toned her at the sink in the past. Like I said, we're just going to go ahead and refresh zone 1, and then we're going to go through zones 2 and 3. Her zone 1, we're going to go in with the Shades EQ cream. I love Shades EQ cream. I'm just going to be using 10 vol because I don't really want to bump up her base too much. I'm going to end up using the 06NA and 05WB. I'm going to be doing equal parts of both of them. And then following up with her Shades EQ gloss on her ends for zones 2 and 3. The reason why I started going a little bit more towards the cooler tones on her is because if you just start holding up these to her, the warm, yeah, it looks great. I mean, she wears gold every once in a while. But then I put the cool on her. And the cool with her eyes and her skin, and knowing that she wears silver jewelry, and checking out her veins with knowing it's a little more blue and pink undertones. I had to go with that a little bit. So this was fun for me to see that you can change it up, and if you use the right tools, you'll even get to see your clients a little bit better and what they actually really need. If you guys want to come along with me, I'm going to bring us to the back room. Hi guys, so this is where the magic happens. Welcome to my little humble abode. So I came back here. This is where, you let your clients relax out front, and you come back and you formulate and you kind of come up with everything you're going to do. So looking at the Shades EQ cream chart, like I said before, I'm going to be doing equal parts of 06NA, and I'm going to be doing 05WB. Then I came over for zones 2 and 3, and I came over to the Shades Q gloss chart. I decided I like where she's at. She's at a natural level 3 on her zone 1, so we're not going to be changing that too much, but I am doing 10 volume, so I'll get about that 1 level lift with the 5 and the 6. I'm going to be tweaking her zones 2 and 3. She has the subtle highlights and balayages of 7s and 8s. So right there you live that yellow orange and you live that orange. So I just want to go in, I want to correct that a little bit, and I want to make it cooler. So I decided I'm going to go in with the 08N and 09B. I'm going to do an ounce and 3/4 of 08N and a 1/4 ounce of the 09B. So with Redken, they always are wondering why you're doing this, why you're choosing this, why this product for this person. I kind of switched as I was going. I originally thought I wanted to do Shades Gloss, but after, feeling my client's hair texture and, knowing that she has a few, wiry grays that like to pop up every once in a while. She's young, she's beautiful, she doesn't want to have to kind of worry about those, and I feel like with the cream, you obviously get a little bit better of that, up to 50% gray coverage. So if there is any, little guys popping up in there, I'm going to get that. Along with the shine and the conditioning agent and the non-ammonia. Everything about it is just really kind of speaks to her age and where she's at in her life, and just the easiness of the salon routine and the management at home. So that's why I chose it. I chose it because I just think this is what's going to work best for her. And she does like to change her hair color, so I don't want to go in with a permanent color just yet. We're 1,000 miles from Concord. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would wait forever, exalted in the sea. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat. With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. Back in the color room, we're mixing up her gloss now. So we're grabbing our bottle, and we're grabbing the 08N, the 09B. Follow up with processing solution. got our 2 ounces. So we're starting her Shades of Cute gloss from her zone 2 to down to zone 3. We're going to start in the same section that we started her zone 1 at. We're going to do the same technique with the finer sections and just saturate it all the way down the hair shaft. Use your tool wisely, which is your hand and your bottle. The stem is going to go gliding right across the scalp, and you're just going to meet the line and diffuse with your thumb of where that root color was for the zone 1. And pull all the way through. You don't want to oversaturate. You don't want any dripping really happening if you can help it. It's enough for that hair to really suck up that gloss and really make sure it's nice and shiny later on. We're different and the same. One thing you don't want to do to refresh in the ends is you don't want to smush it all into one. You want to make sure all of the sections that you did kind of get to be just that. They get to be their own section. You want to make sure there's kind of room to breathe and for them to oxidize and for the color magic to really happen. Switch up the battery. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little heart, you can't shake me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be. So Ashley's timer just went off, so we're going to start the shampoo. And like I said before, I chose the Frizz Dismiss shampoo and conditioner to do at the sink here. And then also this is going to be her at-home care regimen as well. You're going to be doing a nice deep conditioning treatment at the sink. Because I know that Ashley kind of wants to just commit to like that every 3 to 6 months in the salon, I want to teach her more about that at-home care. I want to be really realistic with her, and I want her to bring home stuff that's going to help maintain what I'm doing. Because 3 to 6 months is a little bit longer than some clients go. She's not going to see you as often, so she needs you to be at home with her. So I want to use the Frizz Dismiss line. I love that with her, where she is curly hair, she wears it both ways, changes it all the time. But either she wears it curly or straight, she still doesn't want it to be frizzy. So when she uses the Frizz Dismiss line, it is going to cut your hair, that first time using it, 82% of the humidity and the frizz from it. So with that, I want to teach her to use the mask at home of the Frizz Dismiss. So this is the intense smoothing mask from the Frizz Dismiss line. You just want to grab about a quarter amount, Ashley, and kind of emulsify it on your hands like this. And then you're just going to rake it through the ends again after you towel dry your hair. And with this mask, it's going to help her with any sensitivity to any of the humidity or the frizz. So we can leave that on anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. Today, just because we've done so much good stuff for her hair, I just want to leave it on about that 5 minutes at the sink. But if she was at home, she could leave that in for 15 minutes while she was in the shower, or before she got in the shower, she could do this for her hair. You just kind of teach them that so they feel like they really know what they're going home with. So we have Ashley, she's all washed and ready, her color's all refreshed. We're gonna go ahead first and we're gonna dry her. I love to do a lot of my cutting when my clients are dry, especially curly haired guests, because she is someone that, yes, she wears it curly and I know that, but for the most part she does like to blow dry it and straighten it and curl and iron it.
I like the length. I definitely just want it just to look something like newer.
Okay.
Like I just want something fun.
Okay. Actually, I really do want it to be versatile for whatever way she wears it. But I do think of her cut being a little bit more like a Victoria's Secret model or your Khloe Kardashian. Very long lived-in layers. But you know, her biggest concern is save the length, save the length. She wants to be able to do this, and a lot of clients do. They want to be able to, just pull it. It's their security blanket. Actually, if I gave you a cut today that kind of gave you those long lived-in layers but still preserve that length, but again, making it healthy, because you don't want to keep around those split ends for them to just continue traveling up the hair shaft. Would that be something you'd want today?
Definitely. Absolutely. That sounds great.
Cool. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and start drying her first. And I chose a couple products following up her Frizz Dismiss shampoo, conditioner, and the mask at the sink. To do is go in with Redken's new Pillow-Proof Primer. Shake it first before you put it on. You want to prime the hair with this. So this is actually going to make your hair 3 times stronger. It's going to speed up your blow dry time. It's actually going to have some heat protection in it as well. So anybody that has a lot of thick, curly hair wants their blow dry time cut in half, right? So we did that, and then I'm going to go in with her leave-in conditioner. I chose the Frizz Dismiss, the spray, the lotion. So again, I'm going to go through all over. This has a frizz protection factor of 20, so that's going to be great for that light to medium textured hair. And then because we are blow drying and I do want a little control in there, I'm going to go ahead with the Velvet Gelatine 07. It's a cushioning blow dry gel. These for the clients. So I did a quarter amount and I'm just going to go through, run it all over my hands. Start where you have the most hair. You want to allow your client to know to go through the back because that's where you have the most hair. And whatever you have left over, then you start bringing it through. We're going to start blow drying. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to section her off. All right, we're ready to start blow drying Ashley. Yay! So we did a little off-centered, and we almost did like a football section on that top. So I know that she's going to be wearing it a little bit off to the side, so that's why we chose that. You can look up there. And then I left out just basically from the back of the ear forward, and same thing on the other side. So we just did the top of the ear forward for the front sections. Then you get to the back, and you just see I kind of go through, and I just do almost like half moons, if you will, half circles. And I did about 4 different sections, leaving my bottom one out. So I'm going to go ahead and start blow drying. My tools I'm going to be using are going to be my handy dandy blow dryer, a round brush, and my Samvila round brush. I'm going to be grabbing my boar bristle brush as well for any of her little flyaways on the side. I'll teach you guys a cool trick with that. And then my 1.5 inch curling iron for the style later on. Starts to get a little dry before you get to a section, just resaturate it. And I'm using the Samvila mister. It's awesome. It doesn't get them wet, it just mists it, so then the dampness happens over so many sprays. I just want to get it back to the dampness of what the hair was in the back that I dried. On that hairline, where Ashley's a little bit more of these, so you can see right in here where you have a little bit more of those flyaways and curly cues around the hairline. And you know, obviously anybody that has curly hair that wants straighter hair for the blowout doesn't necessarily want that one section of their hair curly. So instead of filling that with the flat iron, I'm going to teach you guys a little trick. So you're going to grab your boar bristle brush, and you're going to grab a pump of the new diamond oil. It's the heat activated glow. I'm almost going to put it on my hands like this, but I'm going to go in and get it all over the boar bristles. And just get it right on that. So this gets activated, so this is going to soften with the boar bristles, and then on top of that it's going to lean out those curly cues even more. Now look at all this volume we got. Oh, we love it. So we got all this volume, and this is her hair without even being cut yet or anything. Alright, we have Ashley all sectioned off here. Similar section to what I did before. I did a little further back, almost top of the ear, but slightly right behind it. And then I did her section as well. I did them off-centered football, but I pointed that football with a little bit of a triangle in the back. So within this, the whole idea of this is movement. You want airiness, you want it to be light. So with that, you have to be kind of moving within the cut. So you'll see me a lot doing my guideline, but again, you're going to see me shifting with it to keep the guideline moving throughout the whole head, so it's not just going to be blunt lines or harsh lines. I'm going to have a lot of my sections be diagonal towards the face. But because I want that movement to shift back away from the face, you're going to start it towards the face, but then I'm going to be moving with the haircut, moving backwards. Basically, the reason why I did just a slightly behind the ear is because I want behind the ear this piece right here to be my guide. I want to keep that length, but we don't mind taking off a little bit as long as we get it healthy. I'm just going to have this at like a 45-degree angle. And I just want to find my guideline. So you're just going to start by almost just talking with your shears, and then you're just going to be a moving guideline. So my fingers stayed the same elevation the whole time, but my body was moving. You can already see it starting to create that beautiful angle right there. Taking another 1-inch section, I'm going to combine the two sections together. And again, you almost want to find your guide from the last, and you're going to start just slightly talking with your shears. And moving all the way back. You can already see how our hair is coming right to life there. And then that point of where we kind of sectioned off the top left me with a triangle right here. Again, you just want to find your guide, and you want to start talking with your shears right at where that last guide was. And moving, so you're telling the hair to move back, and you can see all the angles and the layers are starting to pop, but we still have that length down there. So now once I'm at that section that's slightly behind the ear, I'm going to start moving from the back. I'm not going to bring that into the front sectioning, but I am going to do a similar technique to keep the movement going. So I'm going to lower my guideline a little bit, because these are going to be falling towards the back. But still, same concept, and moving all the way back to continue that line. Now we'll start bringing that guide together. Lowering your hands. And all the way back. Oh, you can see the section now is pretty deep. So by me rounding the hair from the back, I'm actually preserving a lot of length of that back. So again, where she wants the length, but we want movement throughout the whole head, I'm picking up sections that's going to give me this movement within here, but by bringing this all the way forward, I'm not taking too much away. If you feel like it's slipping a little, that's okay. Just start combing through a little again and following your hands all the way down. And in about 6 sections, that side's already done.
Oh.
And that's the reaction you want. We're doing the same thing on this side.
We're different and the same. Get you another name. Switch up the battery. If you gave me a chance, I would take it.
And I'm going to show you some balayage and ombre techniques for weight, and it's really actually an awesome technique for curly hair, because curly hair likes all different layers and all different pieces in there to really pop up. If there's shorter pieces underneath, that means the longer and heavier pieces can actually sit a little more plump on top. So you're going to take triangle sections throughout the back, however you want. These can be a little more miscellaneous, and you can have fun with it. Just pick up where the hair is feeling a little bit heavier, and that will give you your idea of how much you need to take out. So we're going to actually go in, and you're going to do the same type of talking technique, but you're going to do it on the edges of the section of your triangle. So you're going to start for wherever it starts feeling heavy to you. Where for her, it's more for zone 2. So I'm just going down and taking out some weight. I'm not taking it all off the bottom. Same thing. Starting to move. Let our crown section down. The crown section is plenty texturized for me, so I don't want to go in there and add any more texture necessarily. I want to go in here And I actually want to swell this section. I want volume up here still, so by swelling the hair, you will get that volume, but you'll see me do a little bit more point cutting. So I'm still going to be getting a softer edge, but I will be addressing any kind of dead ends or anything that's just kind of not laying the way we want. So swell it by putting it all the way over the head, and you're just going to. But we preserved all that length, so just that top layer really got that. Beautiful. So we have that cut, everything's in there, but that top football section that we kind of pointed a little bit, I want to take out the weight. Again, after we want everything to blend. So I'm going to follow the technique that I was doing with my moving guide. But you're going to see me take deeper triangles. If you want to look down for good. Deeper triangles.
If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing through your heart, you can't shake me when I am with you.
Get in here, and I'm just going to go through and do 1.5 inch curling iron. And then just went through and I just sprayed all over throughout her head with the Iron Shape 11. Anytime you're going to use a hot tool or you're going to be curling ironing, flat ironing, and even between your blow dries, you can grab your iron shaper. Just want to follow what I was doing with the cut, but now I'm going to do it with my styling tool. I'm going to grab my 1.5 inch and I'm going to do just subtle waves, and I'm leaving out probably that bottom like 1.5 inches, 2 inches depending on the section, and I'm just going to curl them up and away from the face.
There's no place I'd rather be.
This just gives your guests another idea too for what a styling hot tool can do for them and how it can change the look. And I'm not letting it sit too much because again I don't want it to necessarily set and be a curl, I just want to wave it out. She's all curled and I'm using number 12 Fashion Work. I am obsessed with this working spray. You can still run your hands through it, but this is going to give her that look that we've been talking about all day. Like she just woke up like this.
Woke up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless.
So you can see with her color, it's all refreshed. Her cut, you can see it just has so much movement to it. No matter where you pick it up from, there's going to be life to it. Nothing's hanging, nothing's too heavy anywhere. So along with the old balayage highlights, you see it going darker to lighter. And now too, with the cut in there, you see it going heavier to lighter. Her ends get wispy. It gets light for her to work with. It's not going to be anything that's going to start hanging. So she now has versatility. She has shine. It looks beautiful on her. So
Tell them I woke up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless. Ladies, tell them say I look so good tonight. Goddamn, say I look so good tonight. Goddamn. You shot it